I'm Steve Christian, the host and creator of a TV show that aired locally here in Jacksonville from 2010 until 2020 called Local Haunts. And just like it sounds, it's a paranormal investigation show featuring haunted locations in the Jacksonville area. The show was immediately a huge hit. Me and my team would fumble around in the dark for hours looking for evidence of a haunting, and we always found it. And a lot of the evidence we caught were EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon of ghosts asking for help, or they'd say get out, one of the two. The problem was I didn't know how to help them. Then after a couple of years of the show airing, I was introduced to a woman named Pamela Theresa, who was a spiritual medium. I'd met mediums in the past, and I actually had several mediums approach me to be on local haunts. And I would dismiss them because I didn't want that on the show. I just wanted to capture evidence and use that and present that as evidence of haunting. But when I met Pamela, something was different. I could feel that she was genuine. And things happened on our first meeting that blew my mind, which I'll talk about in a later video. And I knew I wanted to work with Pamela to open up my gifts because as a child, I saw a lot of scary things that scared the hell out of me, and I prayed really hard to make it go away. I did a pretty good job of turning that switch off so I wouldn't see the boogeyman anymore. And then as I grew up and became a paranormal investigator, I actually went looking for the things that used to scare the hell out of me as a kid. Now I wanted to turn that switch back on. And Pamela Teresa was the can opener to do just that. We worked together doing what I called Jedi training, where she would teach me how to open up my gifts and how to feel spirit. Then Local Haunts was going to be doing an investigation at a VFW in Green Cove Springs, Florida. While Pamela had no interest whatsoever on being on my show, she did want to tag along on the investigation and hang back and just witness what we were doing. The manager of the VFW told me about their ghost, a man they called John. He even showed me a picture on the wall of a man in a World War II uniform that they claimed was their ghost. Something you should know. First of all, it's never who you think it is. And second, there's never just one. So the lights go down. We start our investigation. Pamela's hanging in another room where she can hear what we're doing, but she's out of shot of the cameras. I'm doing what's called a live EVP session. That's where I have my recorder out and I record audio while the cameras are rolling, and I'm asking the spirits questions, hoping to get responses on the recorder. Then I'll play it back for the cameras to hear the EVPs, electronic voice phenomenon, spirit voices caught on recording devices. While we're rolling cameras, I ask the spirit, "What's your name?" Meanwhile, in the next room, Pamela's standing there in the dark listening to our investigation. Unbeknownst to me, she has an earthbound spirit, a ghost, standing next to her. And during the investigation, the spirit is hearing us ask John questions. And then I asked, "Is John there?" The spirit standing next to Pamela in the next room said, "Who the hell's John? My name is Frank." So Pamela decided to clear the air. She walks into the room that we're investigating and says, "His name is Frank and he died of a stomach wound." And then she turned around and walked out. So I stop the recording and I play it back. The cameras are still rolling, and you hear me ask, "Is your name John?" Plain as day, we caught an EVP that said, "It's Frank." And then on the recorder, you hear Pamela walk up and say, "His name is Frank." Every jaw in the room dropped. Everything from that moment forward changed forever for Local Haunts. The team I was working with on my show were very threatened by Pamela and her supposed gifts. But when she proved it on camera just like that, everything changed. They were gone. She was in. It was my show. I could do what I want. From that moment forward, I had to pull Pamela out of the closet and ask her to be on my show. She didn't want to do it, but she understood the situation I was in because I knew the show couldn't stay where it was. It had to go in this new direction. So from that moment forward, instead of spending hours in the dark hunting for ghosts, we no longer had to do that because Pamela could walk in the room and say, "Oh, there's one sitting over here, and there's one standing behind you." She could see all of them. That's the beauty of Pamela. She's in both realms at the same time. She sees the spirit world, she sees the physical world. It's all the same to her. It's her normal, always has been. As a medium, her day job is to connect people to their loved ones in the spirit world. That's what she does every day for people all over the world. But she got her start as a ghost whisperer. She grew up seeing ghosts everywhere because they are everywhere. But she doesn't like the word ghost because ghost has a negative connotation to it. It's been hijacked and used by the media and TV shows and reality shows. It's been propagandized. Ghost has lost its true meaning. She prefers the word earthbound spirits Because that's what they are. They're spirits who are earthbound just like we are. They haven't elevated to the next plane, which is heavenly. And she has crossed over thousands of earthbound spirits. So all those years of spirits asking me for help, I now had a way to help them, which elevated the show to a new level. It wasn't just about collecting evidence, it was about collecting evidence and then helping the spirits that were trapped in these locations. Well, they weren't really trapped in the locations, they were trapped in the earthbound realm. So we helped them elevate to the next level. We transitioned them. Finally, the show was fulfilling a meaningful purpose, helping. I had already proven the existence of earthbound spirits everywhere I went for local haunts. But now that Pamela Theresa was on the show, it took on a new purpose. It was not just to validate the presence of earthbound spirits, it was to then help them transition, which is a greater purpose. Nobody should be earthbound, ever. Unfortunately, there are millions of earthbound spirits around the world. So that's the story of how Pamela Theresa, the real ghost whisperer, got involved with local haunts and how she blew my mind and changed my life. If you like this video, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to learn more about Pamela Theresa or have a session with her, because that's her day job, just go to PamelaTheresa.com. And if you want to join our free online community, just go to MediumInTheRaw.com, and you can join others who are open-minded to the spirit world to learn more and to elevate. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay spooky.